In this episode, you'll get a breakdown of the quote. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's fear with direction, and why brave men feel terror and act anyway. Welcome to Energy Alignment for Entrepreneurs, the podcast helping entrepreneurs be free from anxiety, stress, and tension through balancing emotions and consciousness expansion. Here are 3 specific things that we're going to go through today. Number 1, why waiting to not be scared guarantees you'll never move. Number 2, how to harness fear as fuel instead of letting it paralyze you. And number 3, the warrior's relationship to terror, feeling it fully, acting anyway. All right, we'll begin with the quote. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's fear with direction. So you row, God steers. Courage is doing the thing even when you're scared. But how do you do that? How do you actually move through fear and do the act in which fear is inviting you to escape from? The answer, what would it be? If you ponder for a little bit, what would it be? Because how I've seen this in my own life is there's a moment. Fear comes in as the form of thought. You cannot have fear without thought. Now, you could have fear in your bones, right? Your goosebumps or in your body. Like you could feel fear. But fear can only grow via thought. And for me, the journey's been basically awareness of the instant that the fearful thought begins to try to take me over. If you can notice that millisecond moment in which fear begins to start to grow, it's almost like a python strangling, right? Or a boa constrictor, whatever. The strangle of the snake, that is the nature of fear. And if you can notice, right, if you can see that snake slithering up, if you are aware of your surroundings, of your energy, of your nervous system, then you can catch that snake before it has got into a position in which you are done for. And that in itself grants you the opportunity for courage to be chosen. Because when you are aware that fear is slithering, it's arising, and you've seen the patterns, right? Maybe it follows a certain trail or has a specific smell, or you can begin to predict the nature in which fear slithers and sneaks up on you. Then you grant yourself this power, a immense power. But it all starts with the courage to look, to be open, and to question. The courage to say, hey, I feel this thing, but I know this thing, and I'm stronger than this thing. The thing being fear. So when you have direction, when you have clarity, that fear may arise, but you know who you are and you know how to dismantle the dark. And you see, be gone. And you say, get behind me. It is almost that simple. Or you imply, I am unaffected. And when you move in that way, you can't fake it. But you know what? It's felt, it's communicated, it's raw, and it's real. That power, the power of choosing yourself time and time again, not settling, not being weak, not cowering in fear, but choosing power, choosing love, choosing light. Every single time you are tested, the strength of that connection, it begins to roar. And there comes a time where that roar, the essence of how it was built, everyone will see it. Everyone will feel it, and everyone will hear it. Because it's something infallible. When you really build this, not through you, but through the absence of you, it is built. So let's look at point number 1. Why waiting to not be scared guarantees you'll never move. You've heard this many, many different ways. But the reality is that you don't find the truth through seeking the truth. You find the truth through unraveling your lies. So when I don't want to be scared. Well, that doesn't matter. Be scared and act anyway, because the only way fear shrinks is through courage. And that is to say, whatever it is that you feel, whether it be sadness, jealousy, rage, heartbreak, fear, pain, grief, feel what you are. There's nothing wrong with being what you are, but then understand through feeling that you are being changed through a gift. The gift is the moment. The gift is the present. The gift is feeling what you are right now. That's the secret. It's the secret because there are no words that will ever be able to describe how to feel what you are right now. But it is solely an art form. It is solely in essence. And it is solely in your hands to learn how to do this. It's not something I could tell you. It's not something I possess. It's not something anyone will ever possess. All simultaneously, it runs through you and it is you. But the trick, the trap is thinking that you are special. That which moves through you is special. But it is the thought that you are special which obstructs the truth from moving through you. If you can hear, then you can hear. Point number 2, how to harness fear as fuel instead of letting it paralyze you. Okay, right, because you have a choice. And to harness the fear as fuel is to really feel and to really look. Look at this quote right here, which is something along the lines of, the sting of asking what if, that lasts forever, while the sting of rejection is quick and momentary. When you don't shoot, when you live in fear, when you do not act, you will ask, what if I had done that, forever. On your deathbed, what if this, what if that, what if? I'd much rather be rejected 1,000,000 times over. I'd much rather be slandered now and lived truly to my heart. The pain of asking what if is the realization that you have been a coward. And when you begin to live, truly live the best you possibly can, it's not supposed to be easy. It's the suffering which allows you to live your best life. It's the acid grace which purifies the darkness. It hurts to have acid run through your veins, but it's necessary. Okay? The only way you will be purified is through facing yourself. Now, that's exactly the harnessing of the fear. That's taking the darkness and turning it into light. It's saying to Satan, fuck you. Get behind me. You are nothing to me. A stumbling block. It is that awareness of the moment that the lower begins to try and suck and drain your life source. And as you live in alignment, as you sow seeds holy and righteously, it is inevitable and undeniable that thy heart will be transformed and the dark will be purified. The fire will rage, yet be harnessed. You will be electric. And this power, it's not yours, but it is a gift. So be grateful for who you are, what you've been through, and what you will continue to face. Because all hardship and all tribulation, especially the depths, the continued waves of challenge, it just means that you're being positioned and refined. And if that is happening for you, it doesn't happen for everyone. A lot of people have chosen a mosier life. And if you are not moseying through life and you're going through it and you're getting hit, trust that there is meaning behind that which you are facing. That meaning, it is meant to strengthen you. Not everyone can be as strong as you can be. So, point number 3, the warrior's relationship to terror, feeling it fully, yet acting anyway. Really, if you look at the essence of a warrior, it's not that he's brash and brawn and arrogant and just a berserker or a barbarian. There is that essence that can be connected to where you do let a rageful power guide you. Extremes can be useful, but simultaneously, it's really this vulnerability. It's this gentleness. It's this compassion for life that allows you to feel so deeply that fear and terror can no longer grip you. Because if you look into the pitch darkness and you see yourself in that reflection, you begin to have love for all which is broken. You begin to understand why darkness was ever created. And with that insight, with that revelation within your heart, a compassion is born that is on a level much beyond logical comprehension. It's a compassion so deep that even when your mind says no, you can feel it. You can feel it. And you realize, man, I'm much more than these thoughts. I'm much more than this mind. I'm much more than who I think myself to be. It is that relationship to the depths, to fear, to terror, to hell, to pure darkness. You know, what you do with darkness is you bring the light into it, meaning you've had to sit in the darkness without light. You've had to leave the darkness and find light. And then you voluntarily choose to go back into the dark. But this time you are light. And this time the darkness cannot constrict your light. And truly, truly, I tell you that you are powerful and that you and God are one. And yet God is all simultaneously greater than you. Meaning, in other words, that if you can feel, then you will feel it. And you will begin to notice that there is something awe-invoking that runs through your blood and veins and bones. But there is also something very dark that can take you over. So, awareness of the lies, awareness of Satan's smell, awareness of the moment that fear is born within you. That is your key, that is your breadcrumb, that is the way. Amen. I am extraordinarily grateful for you. You know, new episodes will be out Monday, Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And really, what else can I say? You're powerful. And just do an audit over your life. Make the changes that you need to make. If you've been scared asking what if, let go of the what if and just do it. Just do it. Listen to your heart. Write to yourself. Forgive yourself. Take care of the body. You know, forgive the people who you may have darkness for. All of this is in your power, and it starts one act at a time. I care so much for you. If this really resonated with you, just share it with a friend. Thank you, genuinely.